हेलो जयंती मैम।
Yeah, namaste, ma'am.
नमस्ते मैम।
I am from DA Public School, Chennai.
ओह, नाइस टू मीट यू मैम।
Yeah, no one
ऑनलाइन।
has joined till now, I think so.
या।
We all are busy taking down the results of 12th standard.
ओके।
Results have come, students are posting in the group. We are very busy in that one.
ओके राइट, टिल
So
लास्ट
in
वीक
between,
वी वर बिजी इन फॉर 10th क्लास, आर 10th
yeah,
बैच।
yeah,
यस।
because that's why I forgot to join, so I joined before.
ओके, थैंक यू। गुड आफ्टरनून अन्नपूर्णा।
All the best, madam.
थैंक यू।
Lunch అయిందా మ్యామ్?
రజని నీ సెషన్కి వచ్చేసాను.
గుడ్।
రాధి మ్యామ్, గుడ్ ఆఫ్టర్నూన్.
గుడ్ ఆఫ్టర్నూన్. కాదు, అది పీడిఎఫ్ ఓపెన్ చేసి ఎక్కడ క్లిక్ చేసానో తెలియదు.
ఉండిపో ఉండిపో।
అబ్బా అక్కడ హ్యాపీ వచ్చేసాను ఇందులోకి. ఏం చేస్తున్నావు అన్నపూర్ణ? రికార్డింగ్ చేస్తున్నావా?
రజనీ మ్యామ్ చేస్తున్నారు మేడం. నేను ఇంట్రొడక్షన్ చెప్తున్నాను.
ఓకే ఓకే, సరే సరే. ఓకే రజని, విష్ యూ ఆల్ ద బెస్ట్, గుడ్ లక్. అయిపోయింది నాది మార్నింగ్.
అదే ఎలాగైంది? బాగానే
బాగా
అవుతుంది, ఇంకా అడగడం ఏమి?
బాగుంది. చాలా బాగుంది. అనుకోకుండా వచ్చాను పిల్లవని పేరెంటానికి లాగా.
మనలో మనకి పేరెంటాలు పిలవాలి అవన్నీ అవసరమా?
నేను అడిగాను కూడా మొన్న, మ్యామ్ ఐ వుడ్ లైక్ టు అటెండ్ హై స్కూల్ సెషన్ అంటే ఇలా చూసి, యు ఆస్క్ రికార్డింగ్ అండ్ లిసన్ నో, యూ షుడ్ బి దేర్ నో ఫర్ ఆల్ ద సెషన్స్ అన్నారు. ఓకే మ్యామ్ అన్నాను.
ఇంట్లోనే
ఓకే.
ఆడపడుచులు అదేంటి కో సిస్టర్స్ వాళ్ళందరికీ ఇన్వైట్ చేయవసరం లేదు.
అవును
ఆ,
కదా!
అంతే కదా.
మేడం పర్మిషన్ ఇచ్చుంటే ఇక్కడే ఉండిపోయేదాన్ని.
ఉండిపో.
అంటే అదర్ టీచర్స్ దే ఆర్ అటెండింగ్ రజని.
అవును.
దే ఆర్ టేకింగ్ దేర్ సెషన్ అండ్ దే ఆర్ అటెండింగ్ దేర్ మిడిల్ స్కూల్, హై స్కూల్ సెషన్స్.
మీ ఫ్రెండ్ కూడా చూసారు ఇందాక.
అవునా? అదే గాయత్రి మ్యామా?
మ్మ్.
Hmm. She's attending. So I asked ma'am, can we get that kind of chance? అంటే ఏమో అలా అన్నారు అంతే. ఓకే మరి బాయ్.
బాయ్ బాయ్.
బాయ్.
థ్యాంక్ యూ.
ఫోర్ మెంబర్సే ఉన్నారు ఇంకా.
ఫోర్ ఫోర్ కా త్రీ ఇన్ఫాక్ట్.
ఓకే ఓకే, మీది రెండు
అది
ఉంటాయి కదా.
ప్రెజెంటేషన్లో రెండు కనిపిస్తుంది, ఆ కెమెరాను ఒకటి డీపీ.
ఓకే.
గుడ్ ఆఫ్టర్నూన్ వాణి మ్యామ్. Four minutes more to start. I can see only few people.
Seven.
Yeah.
5 members are there.
Only 5 members.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Rajini, ma'am, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon. How are you, ma'am?
Fine, thank you, ma'am. How are you?
Fine, ma'am. Fine.
Good afternoon, Rathod sir. Teachers, please request your friends from your schools to join fast as soon as possible.
Yes, ma'am.
రమేష్ సార్ వినోద్ సార్ ఉన్నారా మ్యామ్?
Ah,
రమేష్ సార్ వినోద్ సార్ జాయిన్ అయ్యారా?
కనిపించట్లే. Welcome, ma'am, Centenary Public School. Ma'am, may I know your name?
Namaste and good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, Sunil sir. You are from which school, sir?
DV school, KPCL DV school, madam, Raichur.
Raichur. Okay. Shenbag
Namaste,
Priya,
madam.
ma'am, good
Rajni.
afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Rajni ma'am.
Vinod sir, good afternoon.
Madam, namaste.
Namaste, sir.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Madam, all the best.
Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Khalil sir. Namaste, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Rajani ma'am.
Good afternoon, Vani ma'am.
Good afternoon, madam. Good afternoon, madam.
Good afternoon, Anandvalli ma'am.
Hi Rajni, good afternoon.
Welcome to my session, ma'am. Actually, 19 participants are there, ma'am, but it's 45. We are waiting for others to join.
Just wait for 2 minutes, they'll join, then you can start.
Okay, ma'am.
And good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, madam.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, madam.
Good afternoon, sir. You're from which school?
GMR DAV Razam, madam.
Okay.
Namaste Rajni ma'am, namaste to all.
Namaste, namaste. Ramesh, sir. Namaste, Vishnupriya, ma'am.
Namaste, ma'am. How are you?
Fine, ma'am.
Namaste, ma'am.
Hello, namaste. Sundari, ma'am, namaste. Good afternoon.
Hi, namaste. Good afternoon.
Narendra, sir. Good afternoon. Ma'am, it's 2:48 with 26 participants. Shall I start?
Better to start, madam. Better to start because otherwise at the end part it will be prolonged.
Yes. Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Rajni ma'am, shall I introduce?
Yes,
Shall I
Annapurna.
start?
And meanwhile,
Thank
you
you, ma'am.
please post a registration form also, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Sure, ma'am. After this, I'll do it, madam. Because again, teachers will be asking to post, no, ma'am. So I'm waiting.
Oh.
Just I'll give them 2 minutes.
Right.
Thank you, ma'am. A very warm good afternoon to our respected training coordinator, Mrs. Meenu Agarwal, ma'am, Regional Training Officer, South Zone A, DAVPS, Valacheri, Chennai, and to our cluster head, Hyderabad cluster head, Mrs. K. Anandavalli, ma'am, who is the principal of Matrushri DAV Public School, Miapur, and welcome to Cluster Head Vishakhapatnam, Mr. G. R. K. Prasad, sir, the principal of DAV Sanitary Public School, Vishakhapatnam. And to all my dear teachers who have joined here for this secondary social science workshop. Before we begin with our session 3 today, let me introduce Mrs. Rajni ma'am, the master trainer, who is handling secondary level social sciences at Matrushri DAV Public School, Miapur. And ma'am has qualified herself in MA Political Science, B.Ed, and has 11 years of teaching experience with DAV. And one more important thing I would like to share, as I have been working with ma'am past 7 years, and according to my knowledge, some of the things that I have observed, that ma'am is ever ready to guide students in clarification of doubts, how to manage time, and how to prepare themselves for exams and achieve greater heights in their life. And apart from the academics, ma'am is also a very quick penmanship. She has a very quick penmanship and very good poetry writer in Hindi, and does very good paintings. And ma'am is also very good in sports, especially in athletics. And ma'am, apart from that, is very friendly and a very warm and good human being, very good at singing, and loves to spend quality time with colleagues, and loves to travel to new places, always ready to render her helping hand whenever we require, with a smile on her face, never says no to anything. And words can't describe everything in one word for Rajni ma'am. That's what I can say. And today, ma'am, let me have this privilege to introduce you and welcome you, ma'am, for this session. And please, ma'am, you can go on with the session, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Annapurna. Namaste, everyone. I would like to start my today's session by conveying my heartful gratitude Is my screen visible, teachers?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Namaste.
Yes, ma'am.
I would like to start my today's session by conveying my heartful gratitude to respected Regional Training Officer and Training Coordinator of South Zone, Mrs. Meenu Agrawal ma'am, Hyderabad Cluster Head and Principal of Matrushri DAV Public School, Mrs. K. Anandavalli ma'am, and Vishakhapatnam Cluster Head and Principal of DAV Centenary Public School, Mr. G.R.K. Prasad sir, for giving me this opportunity to share my presentation and views on my topic. And thank you, Annapurna, for that warm welcome introduction about me. Hello, everyone. Before we proceed with our workshop, how about an introductory session? Shall we go with an introductory session?
Yes, ma'am.
So let us start with you and me. And Annapurna ma'am, please share registration form as well.
Yes, ma'am. Shared, ma'am.
Yes. In this, you
Thank
and
you,
me, we are going to introduce ourselves by telling our name, our school name, our city name, and one favorite word. But we need to follow a rule here. That is, follow alphabetical order in our name, without initial or surname. And in case there is more than one participant whose name starts with the same letter, then we move on with their initial or surname. So let us start by checking names of all participants in attendees list. Then start with the first letter alphabetically in our participants list. We need to tell one word with the first letter of our name that we like the most. So shall we start? We need to introduce ourselves alphabetically, and we can start with people those whose name starts with A.
Ambadas ma'am. A for active ma'am. The
A
letter is
for
active.
Okay. Next person with A.
Annapurna ma'am. A for authentic.
Okay. Shall we move on with the next alphabet?
Yes ma'am.
B.
Ma'am, this is Babaro Dodmani from KPCL DAV Shakti Nagar.
Okay.
Boldness ma'am, boldness.
B for boldness. Right. Next anyone with B I don't find. Now I can see yeah, D is there. Of course D is there. Next person with D.
Namaste madam. My name is Durga Shankar. D stands for discipline and dedication.
Okay, good. Durga Shankar sir. Next person with the letter D. I can see Durga Rao sir also.
ಹೆಸರಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ್ದು ಬರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಯಾವ್ದಾರ ಒಂದು ವರ್ಡ್ ಹೇಳ್ರಿ ಮಾರಲ್ ವರ್ಡ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾವೆ.
Durga
Good
Rao
afternoon,
sir.
madam.
Good afternoon sir.
Good afternoon. Durgara from National DA Public School, Annavaram,
Yes.
Srikakulam district. D for determination.
D for determination. Very good. Next, after D, I can find G. Alphabetically G.
G.
Yes.
Good afternoon, madam. My name is Govind Rajulu. I am from GMR DAV Public School, Raza.
Okay.
G stands for generous.
Generous. Both Govind Rajlu and GM are both G. Okay. Next person with G. I can see Gayatri ma'am here with G.
Yes, gorgeous for Gayatri.
G for gorgeous, Gayatri ma'am. Okay, got it. Next, K, Kavita ma'am. Good.
Yes, ma'am.
Kavita.
Myself, K. Kavita, ma'am, from KPCL DAV Shakti Nagar.
Okay.
Kinestic Kavita.
Oh,
Kinestic.
Kinestic. Okay. Next, I can see Krishna ma'am. Kota Krishna ma'am.
Kindness.
Kindness.
Krishna for kindness.
Kindness. How are your pets, ma'am? Little turtles?
Wow. Very good memory. They are very fine, madam. Thank you.
Thank you.
Very nice of you.
Yeah, in last two sessions, you told me about them. Next, after K, can we go with L? Lakshmi ma'am. Lakshmi V.
Ma'am, I just joined because here internet was not
Ma'am,
there.
just introduce yourself. Introduce yourself.
Oh,
From which school
introduce
you need to
myself.
tell, and
Yeah,
with letter
my-
L, you need to tell some word. Your favorite word with L.
Okay, my name is Lakshmi. I am from DAV Velachery.
Okay.
Okay, I have to give one word in the L, is it?
Yes.
So L, lollipop.
Lollipop. Okay, sweet. Lovely. Okay. Next,
Okay.
Madhuri ma'am.
Ma'am, can you please send the link again because
Yes, ma'am.
Registration
Sharing,
link.
sharing,
Yes,
ma'am.
sure.
Once again, sharing.
I can see. Yes, ma'am. Anything else? Okay. Next letter we can go with M. Madhuri
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, yes, ma'am. I am Madhuri from
Swalati,
GMR School, Raja.
Okay.
And motivation. The
Motivation.
word motivation.
Meeta ma'am, one word with M which you like.
Madam, I am Meeta Roy from DAV Ukkunagaram.
Okay.
I am Magical Meeta.
Magical Mita. Okay, right. Narendra sir, any one word with a letter N?
Moral values.
Madam, I'm not
N.
getting madam. N.
We'll get back to you, sir. You think your favorite word. No issues.
Yes, sir.
Nelson
Yes,
sir? Nelson sir? Ramesh sir? And Ramesh sir? Now we'll start with
Ma'am,
yes, sir.
yeah, ma'am, namaste to all once again. I am Ramesh Narsingh from Matrushri DAV Public School, Miapur, Hyderabad. R stands for resilient.
Resilient.
Yes.
Very nice.
Hello. Good afternoon, ma'am. This is Nelson.
Yes, sir. Nelson, sir.
I am from TMA DAV Public School, Hospet.
Okay.
My favorite word is natural.
Natural, yes.
Madam, this is Vinod.
Yes, sir. Vinod,
Yeah, V for victory, madam.
V for victory. We are still in R, sir. Ramu, sir.
Okay, okay. Nobody is responding.
Okay.
That's why. I
Good. Ramu, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon, madam. This is Ramu, SML DAV Public School.
Yes.
R stands for rational way of thinking.
Rational. Okay, you are rational. Right. R stands for rational. Good. Ratna Subramaniam.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Yes.
My name is Ratnamala. I am from Ankapalli DAV.
Okay.
R stands for responsibility.
Responsibility. Right. Next, Ravi Malati, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
A word which starts.
My name is
yes,
Malati. Malati, DAV Upnagaram.
Okay.
Moral values. Moral values.
Moral. Okay. Then next, Syed Khalil sir.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Syed Khalil from DAV IITH campus, Kandi, ma'am.
Okay.
S for sincere, ma'am.
Sincere. Okay. Shenbag Priya, ma'am.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Shenbaga Priya from DAV Public School, Velachery. I am sociable Shenbaga.
Sociable. Very good.
Madam, can I, madam?
Yes, sir. Yes, Narendra sir.
Can I?
Yes, sir.
Actually, madam, yes, sir. Actually, I always feel the teaching profession is very noble.
Okay.
So I go with a noble word. I like that.
Okay, noble Narendra. Right. Next, Sundari, ma'am.
Yes, happy afternoon to you one and all here.
Good afternoon.
It is Sundari from DAV Public School, Velachery, Chennai. It is spontaneous Sundari.
Spontaneous, yes. Very nice. Sunil sir. Sunil sir.
KPCL DAV High School, Raichur, Shaktinagar, Raichur. Okay. S stands for service.
Service. Okay. Next is Suvarna Lata, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I am from myself Swarna Lata from KPCL DAV Raichur, and I like from my name is Simple. Simple Swarna Lata.
Yes. And I am Rajni, and I would like to give the word, my favorite word, reliable.
Excuse me, ma'am. Yes. My name has not come. I am Sugandha. I am also participating. By other name, I have come. Some problem came.
Yes, ma'am.
So myself from DAV Ukkunagara, and I believe in sincerity and simplicity.
Sincerity and simplicity. Very good.
Okay, madam. Hello.
Yes.
Hello, namaste, madam.
Namaste,
I am Sulagna Chakravarti from DAV Ukkunagaram.
Okay.
S for Sunny. S for Sunny.
S for Sunny. Okay. Right. Which is very much required in this cloudy day, on this cloudy day, right?
Yeah. Yes. And sun is also the source of light and energy.
Yes. So, hello, my distinguished friends. Welcome to my session. I am D. Rajni from Matrushri DAV Public School, your host for this session. So, friends, tell me, what all thoughts are running in your mind sitting in front of your screen? Are you thinking what she is going to tell or show us or make us to do? Because you know all these are part of any presentation or workshop. But did I ask you to think about this? Or did you give any such instructions to your brain to think all this stuff?
No, ma'am.
Our brain started thinking, ma'am.
Yes.
I have not started thinking, madam, as of now.
Okay, nothing is going on in your mind, ma'am? Okay, but
No,
most of
because
us... Yes,
as the people are introducing themselves, I am listening to them.
Very good. So you believe in living in the moment. Yes.
Yes, 100%.
Yes, very good. But most of us will agree that the answer is no. They did not give any instruction, nor I asked you to think any such thing, isn't it? But still your brain is getting involved into this process, which is based on previous knowledge and experience. Yes.
Yes.
Now, another thing what I want you to do is, now you recollect some of your accomplishments or achievements and categorize them into accomplishments you have attained with planning and careful execution versus the accomplishments you have achieved without voluntary planning or efforts. And I'm sure the list of first type of accomplishments with planning, voluntary planning and efforts are more than the second one. Am I right? Most of your
Madam,
your
please.
Yes, ma'am.
Madam, please once again repeat the question.
Yes,
Please once.
sure. Our the list of our accomplishments or achievements in which we have done voluntary planning and efforts are more. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
Yes. Would anyone like to contradict with this conclusion that achievements can be achieved without voluntary planning and efforts?
Madam, I don't want to cross you, but all the great discovery, if you talk about the discovery or if you talk about the invention, generally we will see that without planning on the way of working or on the way of talking only, those ideas are perceived.
Yes,
if you talk about the Newton, Einstein, or if you talk about our cell phone, you Google Marconi or whatever, you will see, even though they are working, but all of a sudden those ideas are perceived.
Ma'am, I asked accomplishments, idea after execution, it will become an accomplishment.
That's why I'm telling, accomplishment means technology. What is? Both first is theoretical, one is theoretical path, one is technology. So that only I'm telling that one is theoretical and excelling over theory and getting, that is the technology. That also you see all the great technology, all the great technologies are coming on the halfway of planning. It is not very much, because it is there that man proposes, God disposes.
Right.
So something this also happens.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your opinions.
Madam, shall I say something?
My topic, yes, sir.
Madam, anything you want to accomplish, before that you have to plan, you have to think a lot. For alternative plans, how to accomplish. Thinking, a lot of thinking required.
Yes, that's what I said. Our accomplishments are the results of our planning and proper execution. So my topic for the day is honing critical thinking and problem solving skills. And our first skill is critical thinking. It is made up of two words, critical and thinking. As we have discussed above, thinking is an voluntary action, whereas critical thinking is an voluntary action. Thinking is an involuntary. Yes.
Ma'am, are you recording the session?
Yes, I am recording. Annapurna, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Yeah.
So, thinking is a voluntary action, whereas critical thinking is involuntary action. And unless we think voluntarily, we cannot become critical thinkers, right? So, we can say thinking is to knowledge like how critical thinking is to wisdom. And let us understand this with an example of an advertisement which have a great impact on our decisions. Let us start the example. Let us take an example of an X insurance ad. Generally, in these type of ads, they portray it with a happy family who, by taking an X insurance, are enjoying a secured life with a comfortable lifestyle. And when we see such ads, we use our knowledge tool like memory, experience, emotions, or sometime gut. First, with our memory, we try to know how the insurance about the insurance, but when we realize we don't know much, we don't have much stock of experience or information about insurance, then we use the next tool, that is emotions. We try to associate with our emotions to make a decision. But when emotions also don't help, then we go with gut by following some role models, gurus, traditions, or people nearby, and try to believe in that. Whereas if you consider thinking in a critical manner, here you will use tools such as questioning, reasoning, research, analysis, and synthesis to finally come to a conclusion with a solution to prove its prudentiality. Now let us watch a video on critical thinking and problem solving skills.
Critical thinking is all about asking questions. The right questions. Questions that help you assess both the meaning and the significance of claims and arguments. Building these skills and applying them in your life makes it easier for you to assess evidence, evaluate arguments, and adapt your thinking so you stay switched on and engaged in different situations. Critical thinking involves stepping back from a situation to enable you to see all the angles before making judgments or taking decisions. It means identifying the key points, analyzing the sources of information, or different types of evidence, just as a judge and jury would do in a court of law, and putting it all together into your own independent, thought-through view. One thing that it's very important to realize is that critical thinking isn't about being critical. And it's about much more than just finding flaws in other people's claims. By itself, that isn't enough to give you an edge.
You have to unmute your presentation.
To be a true critical thinker means being...
Not audible, madam. Rajini, madam.
Not audible. The presentation is on
Your
mute.
headphones are connected to the laptop, madam. So it's not audible. Your headphone is connected to the laptop, I think. Because of that, it is not audible.
Rajini, madam.
Rajini,
yes, ma'am.
I think because your headphone is connected to the laptop, it is not audible. Remove your headphone and unmute the presentation.
Presentation is unmute, ma'am. I need to remove this. Okay.
Headphone you remove, you see. Now you play again.
Yes, ma'am.
From the beginning.
Creative, reflective, and adaptable, evaluating the evidence to decide for yourself what is accurate, what is... Critical thinking is all about asking questions. The right questions. Questions that help you assess both the meaning and the significance of claims. Building these skills...
Rajini, don't bother. Go to the next slide.
Okay.
Okay. We can share the presentations later on.
Yes, ma'am. Critical thinking is the objective analysis and evaluation of an issue or situation in order to come to an accurate or rightful judgment. And a person with this skill is highly regarded and prosperous under different conditions. And learning critical thinking skills can also enhance students' academic performance. Students who know how to analyze and critique ideas are able to make connections across disciplines, see knowledge as useful and applicable to daily life, and understand content on a deeper and more lasting level. Rather than relying on teachers and classroom time for instructions and guidance, students with critical thinking skills become more independent, self-directed learners and allow them to take ownership of their education. This is an MCQ designed to test students' basic knowledge of critical thinking. Give it a try. The first question is, what is the definition of critical thinking? Is it A, higher level thinking that aims to solve a problem? Or is it B, finding faults and weakness in other people's arguments? Or is it C, logically analyzing arguments in a critical way? Or is it D, disciplined thinking and judgment? According to you, what is the correct option? Teachers?
C, ma'am. C.
C option, ma'am.
C.
Logically analyzing arguments in a critical way.
C, ma'am. C.
As per you, that is the
C.
Definition of critical thinking, right? Any other answers? You want to go with any other option,
C.
teachers?
D.
I want to go for A, higher level thinking that aims to solve a problem.
Okay, you want to go with A, and someone else, sir said disciplined, D, disciplined thinking and
Discipline
judgment.
thinking and judgment.
Yes. Any other answer, teachers? You want to go with any other option? Okay. So almost there, all of you gave a good try, but the feedback is here, like A, B and C all are part of critical thinking, and critical thinking does involve higher level thinking skills, but that's not what defines critical thinking. Finding faults and weakness might be done by someone thinking critically. Logically analyzing arguments is a critical way, is beginning the question of what exactly is critical thinking. And the best answer is that critical thinking is first and foremost disciplined thinking. The point to be noted here is when all options seems to correct, we should go with the most appropriate option. You all agree with me? With that, we will move on to the next question.
Yes,
For this,
madam.
it's a conversation between like a teacher, student talking to himself. For this entire semester, I have been playing and having fun every day. My studies are not going well, and however, I believe I can score an A grade in the next exam. What is a mistake that a student has committed here with respect to critical thinking? Is it A option, wishful thinking, or B option, is it egocentrism, or was he self-confident? It was a result of self-confident thinking, or it was a moral subjectivism?
Self-confident thinking.
C, ma'am. C.
It was given, notice the statement over there. He was not very well with the subject.
Playing and having fun.
It's wishful thinking. He just wishes to do well.
Yes. It's simply a case of wishful thinking with no efforts
Only
in
believing.
the first place.
Yes.
And the next question is a conversation between lecturer and a student. You all should focus on this section. It's a critical section that requires a lot of thought and review. Peter, I know everything. This section is not a problem for me. I don't need to learn this. What mistake has Peter committed here with respect to critical thinking? Out of these options, was he a group bias or a stereotype or moral subjectivism or self-serving bias or relativistic thinking? Teachers?
Self-serving bias, option C.
It is D, madam. D.
D. Very quick, and the right answer is self-serving bias. With that, our next question, which is the element that is not part of the critical thinking standards? Is it A, clarity, or B, relevance, or relativistic thinking, or it is completeness or logical correctness? I'll repeat, is it clarity, relevance, or relativistic thinking, completeness, or logical correctness? Let me give you a hint here. Going with theories related to ethics, aesthetics, or any specific theory advocated by a particular philosopher or school of thoughts is not always correct. Like at some point of time, it was believed that sun revolves around the earth. So I hope I will help you to deduct the correct option here.
Option D.
C.
Relativistic thinking. Who is that? Ma'am, may I know your name? Relativistic thinking is the correct answer.
Shanmugha Priya here.
Shanmugha Priya, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. And your next question is, what is not the characteristic of a critical thinker? Is it A option, he uses logical skills in reasoning, or he refuses to recognize the limitations of his mind, or is it C, he thinks independently and does not always comes to peer pressure, or he upholds standards of critical thinking? What is not the characteristic?
Madam, B answer.
B answer.
Our teachers are very quick and with their answers. Yes, he refuses to recognize the limitations of his mind.
Answer is B.
Yes, because one should be self-aware of his or her drawbacks to work on them rather than simply being in their own comfort zone. So now our question is, are you a critical thinker? And how can we know if we are one, that we are a critical thinker? One example of the history of humans' fascination with critical thinking and problem solving is the riddle of Sphinx from the ancient legend of Oedipus. And the Sphinx is a monster with a head and breast of a woman, the body of a lion and wings of a bird. Accosts all who dare enter there by posing a riddle to them. And the riddle goes like this: what is it that has 4 feet in morning, 2 feet at noon, and 3 at twilight? And mind it here, failure to solve the riddle results in the death of the passerby from there. And the correct solution destroys the Sphinx. You can give a try to this.
A human being?
A human being? Yes. Any other guesses?
Shadow. I think, madam, it's the movement of the sun. Hello, madam.
Shadow. Yes, ma'am.
I feel it is the movement of the sun, that how the shadow part is covering the Sphinx.
Okay. So you want to know the answer given by Oedipus?
Actually, I think this story is related with God Ra.
Okay. And one of the teacher has correctly answered to it. That is, man who crawls on 4 limbs as a baby in the morning of life and walks upright on 2 as an adult at the noon hour of life and gets around with the aid of a stick in old age at the twilight of life. Thus, Oedipus has unknowingly unlocks the riddle of his tragic past and future actually here. And such kind of tests we find in almost all mythologies. Like in Indian mythology, Yudhishthira has to answer such questions in order to bring his younger brothers alive by answering to the Yakshas' questions. So, now what makes successful critical thinkers and problem solvers unique? Our question is, what makes successful critical thinkers and problem solvers unique? No matter how far back we stretch the timeline of our past, I believe we'll never find a single day in history where successful problem solvers haven't been a part of moving evolution, individuals, and work forward. With the rise of the internet and its globally eye-opening effects, it's more obvious than ever how the power of critical thinking and problem solving are putting business owners, executives, and employees making use of this phenomena in the spotlight of success. But what exactly does successful problem solvers do? What are the mindsets and habits that promote natural and unconscious problem solving that allows individuals to incorporate it into their own life and businesses? Let us see this with the help of 2 case studies of history's most efficient and successful critical thinkers and problem solvers. Yes. It's Albert Einstein. Mentioning the name of this famous German-born scientist will in today's day and age bring most minds to his Nobel Prize. His mass energy formula E is equal to mc square, which is often dubbed the world's most famous equation, or the general theory of relativity, setting up a revolution in physics. For these achievements, he is often regarded as the father of modern physics and the most influential physicist of the 20th century. However, this is not the reason I regard him as one of the most fascinating problem solver out there. The wisdom of Albert Einstein goes way beyond his scientific achievements. Einstein was regarded as a modest man, and while most people would say he was born a genius and attributing his success to his high IQ, the man himself attributed his talent to his passionate curiosity and imagination. He valued both of them higher than knowledge and thought that a real sign of intelligence was not about knowledge at all, but rather the imagination. He stressed on imagination. He believed that the only source of actual knowledge is through experience. And his focus on simplicity was one of the main outlines of his life. And though his skills in physics were well renowned, he firmly believed everything that can be counted did not necessarily count, and likewise everything that counts cannot necessarily be counted. He believed in being a giver and that a life lived for others is a life worth living. And with that, coming on to our next case study, he is Jim Maclay Jr., a successful problem solver who flies below the radar compared to the likes of Einstein. Maclay has reshaped the way small or to medium businesses operate by solving a problem of his own through his company called Square, a service that lets business owners easily accept credit and debit cards. It is currently used by more than 2 billion businesses around the world. On his lists of achievement, you will find multiple successful business focused on providing solutions and value to today's business and users. I would spend the entire session sharing his success and achievements, but let's focus on what made him stand out in a world bubbling with new problems every day. A focal point of his success is said to come from the people around him. By setting yourself up with nutritious surroundings, your ideas are much more likely to flourish. And Maclay says, I have been fortunate to have had some great partners who have complementary skill sets, working together and making things a little better every day. And furthermore, Maclay continues by emphasizing the importance of not being scared of the problem you are solving. Another key element to his success has been the presence of modesty, patience, and humility. Topics many great problem solvers and creative thinkers have put an emphasizing on, including Albert Einstein. So, the verdict on successful critical thinkers and problem solvers, as I have concluded above, the main ingredient for successful problem solvers is not necessarily the overwhelming presence of knowledge, learning, or consuming information. What seems to be cultivating a natural mindset for solving whatever problems might arise in your personal and professional life might be taking a step back. Listen to your peers and role models. Live lives. Their lives offer more insights than any formula ever will. Be humble. Don't try to solve problems for the sake of recognition. Solve them because the solution brings value to you and to the people around you. And don't back down because of the magnitude of what's ahead. Believe that along with time, imagination, and the right environment, any problem can find a solution. So before we jump into defining critical thinking skills, let us run a quick experiment. We'll try to find it out if, with the subject, if drinking coffee is good for your health. So first, yes sir. Yes sir. You want to say something? Okay. So first we'll Google Google reasons not to drink coffee. And then also we are going to Google out reasons to drink coffee. And we keep it aside. Again, we come back to that question. So the $1 million question here is how to be a critical thinker. To become one, it takes time, patience, and practice. But something you can start doing today to improve your critical thinking skills is applying the 7 steps of critical thinking to every problem you tackle, either at work or in your everyday life. Now, the steps of critical thinking skills. Steps of critical thinking are: first, identify the problem or question and be as precise as possible. The narrower the issue, the easier it is to find solution or answers. Second step is gather data, opinions, and arguments, and try to find several sources that present different ideas and point of view. Third step is to analyze and evaluate the data which we have gathered and pose some questions to yourself. Are the sources reliable from where we have taken the data? And are their conclusions data backed or just argumentative? Or is there enough information or data to support the given hypothesis? And then next step is identify assumptions. Are you sure the sources you find are unbiased? Make it sure. And are you sure you are not biased in your search for answers? That also we have to make it sure. And then next step is establish significance. What piece of information is most important? We need to answer this. And then is the sample size sufficient which we have taken for our experiment? And then the next question we need to ask is, are all options and arguments even relevant to the problem I'm trying to solve? With that, the next step is make a decision and reach a conclusion. Identify various conclusions that are possible and decide which of them are sufficiently supported, and then weigh the strengths and limitations of all such possible options. And the last step is present or communicate. Once you have reached a conclusion, present it to all the stakeholders. So communication is a must. At the end, we need to communicate with all stakeholders. So coming back, let's go back to our coffee example and examine it critically, point by point. The problem in question was, is drinking coffee good for health? This approach is too broad. First of all, what does good even mean? That question we have to ask. What does good even mean to us? Secondly, we don't know if we are talking about long or short-term effects of drinking coffee. It's also possible that drinking coffee might benefit some aspects of your health while being detrimental to others. So let us narrow down the problem to, is drinking coffee is good for your heart? So our question is now, is drinking coffee good for your heart? Now, second step. First step is over. We have narrowed down our topic so that we can reach to a proper answer. Second step is listed above there are 2 pieces of research. Here I have taken 2 pieces of research from my the Google information. You can take any other and you can follow these steps. I have taken that the first my first research shows me that drinking coffee would account for premature deaths in the region of 14% of coronary heart disease and 20% for heart stroke. And according to my second findings, moderate coffee consumption was associated with a lower prevalence of the coronary artery disease. And both these articles cited have appeared in a prestigious peer-reviewed journals. But the first one has been based on literature review only with no original studies. And the second one, which I got, although conducted in a large sample of men and women of about 25,000 participants, but included only Korean population, people whose heart can be affected by other factors such as diet or climate, and is not taken into consideration in this experiment. So with that, coming to the next step, while the 2 sources don't appear biased, we were biased in our initial Google searches as on our assumptions. First assumption, reason not to drink coffee. Assuming coffee is bad for our health. We have started with this assumption, our research. And the second one was reasons to drink coffee, assuming coffee is worth drinking. Now, Google search algorithms made sure we found articles in the line with our assumptions. So, considering all the above, we can positively state that information we gathered was not significant for solving the initially stated problem. The only conclusion that can be reached is, according to the data we gathered, drinking coffee might or might not be good for our hearts, depending on many factors and variables we failed to take into account. Even if the conclusion is the question cannot be answered at this point, it is still worth presenting and communicating. It's good to know what are the limitations of our knowledge on a given topic. And critical thinking skills are necessary for us to accept the flaws in our reasoning and gaps in our knowledge and take advantage of them. Now let's check our problem solving ability with a problem solving aptitude test. The link of this activity will be in your chat box, which upon submission will give you a detailed interpretation of your score. So answer the questions carefully and with integrity, and don't worry, only you can see your scores, so it is completely confidential. Can you find the activity link?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. We can devote 2 to 3 minutes for it. After submitting, you find your score interpretation. With that, you can interpret your score. Teachers, I'll post the my PPT link in the chat box, the link of it. Later you can see the videos and my PPT for your later reference. Has anyone submitted their form?
It's taking time to load, madam.
Achha, it's taking load. Maybe due to net issues.
Yes, ma'am.
What about others?
Doing, ma'am.
Good.
Ma'am, I submitted, ma'am.
Quick. So you know your score. You can see the interpretation of your score.
65, ma'am.
Okay, no need to disclose, sir. You can see the interpretation.
Not opening. Still loading. Going on.
You can copy the link, ma'am, and keep it on your screen. Later on, you can open and do it in your free time.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
Nice Google form, Rajani. It is really good.
Thank you, ma'am.
What a reflection.
Yes. Due to time constraint, let us move on with our presentation. You can copy the link, teachers, those who have not completed. With that, we come to the need and importance of critical thinking. Shall we start? Teachers?
Yes, ma'am. You can start, ma'am.
You can copy the link, teachers. Yes. The need and importance of critical thinking from problem solving, from solving problem in a class assignment to facing real world situation, critical thinking is a valuable skill for students to master. because critical thinking is a domain general thinking skill. The ability to think clearly and rationally is important whatever we choose to do. If you work in education or research field, or you are in finance or management or legal profession, or whichever field, critical thinking is obviously important. But critical thinking skills are not restricted to a particular subject area. Being able to think well and solve problems systematically is an asset for any career. And next importance is critical thinking is very important in the new knowledge economy. The global knowledge economy is driven by information and technology. One has to be able to deal with changes quickly and effectively. The new economy places increasing demands on flexible intellectual skills and the ability to analyze information and integrate diverse sources of knowledge in solving our problems. And good critical thinking promotes such thinking skills and is very important in the fast changing workplace. And critical thinking enhances language and presentation skills as well. Thinking clearly and systematically can improve the way we express our ideas. In learning how to analyze the logical structure of text, critical thinking also improves comprehension abilities. And critical thinking also promotes creativity. To come up with a creative solution to a problem involves it's not just having new ideas. It must also be that the new ideas being generated are useful and relevant to the task at hand. And critical thinking plays a crucial role in evaluating new ideas, selecting the best ones and modifying them if necessary. And about it, we had a discussion at the initial part of our presentation. And the next importance is critical thinking is crucial for self-reflection. In order to live a meaningful life and to structure our lives accordingly, we need to justify and reflect on our values and decisions. And critical thinking provides the tools for this process of self-evaluation. Next, good critical thinking is the foundation of science and a liberal democratic society. Science requires the critical use of reason in experimentation and theory confirmation. The proper functioning of a liberal democracy requires citizens who can think critically about social issues to inform their judgments about proper governance and to overcome biases and prejudice. A good critical thinker knows how to separate facts from opinions, how to examine an issue from all sides, how to make rational interference, and how to withhold personal judgment or biases. And rational critical thinkers are generally the voice of reason in times of mass hysteria and panic. As Franklin D. Roosevelt said, we have nothing to fear but fear itself. And critical thinkers are less likely to fall for scams or tricks because they approach everything with a healthy amount of skepticism. Those who lack critical thinking skills often assume that everything they hear is true, regardless of the source. And critical thinkers consider all options before they act. If time is an important factor, they consider the fastest method of achieving a goal. They may even discover a shortcut. Critical thinkers embody the phrase work smarter, not harder. They are masters of efficiency. And a critical thinker has the self-awareness to know the difference between a rational thought based on careful consideration and an emotional response based on personal bias. Emotions is the enemy to reason. But by understanding your perspective, you can also consider the perspective of others and come to a conclusion based on fact and not on feelings. Nowadays, increasingly more and more employers are also looking not for employees with highly specialized academic skills, but those with good thinking and communication skills. And many of the highest paying jobs require critical thinking skills such as generating effective ideas and making important decisions. And job interviewers often ask applicants questions that test their ability to think critically. And ultimately, critical thinking skills help us to better understand the experiences and views of others, enhancing our ability to work with different people. Now let us discuss about certain critical thinking activities to engage our students in our classrooms. This skill is developed among students by engaging them in activities that require them to process questions and come out with solutions for the same, helping them to develop this skill. And in order to help students develop this skill and come out with uncommon thoughts, it is important for educators to understand the role they play in developing critical thinking is different than the role they were typically playing. For students to be engaged in critical thinking, the educators need to act as a facilitator to allow for discussion and encourage a wider and open thought process, as well as to encourage understanding the different perspectives of every individual that comes with thinking critically, as in our previous session discussed by Sundari ma'am. And also engage this in this skill, it is important to understand that students do not always end with the right answer, but instead sometimes ends with more questions or different evaluations on the topic. And here is a video I'll try to again share. Please let me know whether it is audible or not, otherwise we'll move ahead.
We all want students who are
Is
able
it
to think
audible?
critically, but how can we get them to think critically about whatever subject we're teaching? In any class, at any time?
No, ma'am. No, not
Here's
being
an
presented.
example.
Okay, no issues. We'll move ahead. We'll go to
You can start by teaching students.
We can go to the next slide. Here are some activities recommended by experts for the teachers that can be implemented in the classroom to help students develop critical thinking skills and prepare them for a better future. First activity is classroom gallery. And organizing a classroom gallery walk is a simple way to ignite learners' imagination, get them moving around, and engage them in varying discussions about art and issues of every kind. To mix things up, you can do a different theme each week or a month. The idea is simple. All you need to do is turn your classroom, irrespective of its mode, into a display model, like what we might find in an art gallery. How you do it is up to you. Like you can use images or documents, objects, or anything, and anything else related to the chosen theme. And once you have got it set up, students walk around and visit the different exhibits in the classroom. They ask and respond to questions, make observations, and record ideas and insights, share them with each other in their respective groups. And here are some theme ideas you can start out in your classrooms. Like create a walk of political cartoons and memes, or you can focus on a famous writer, leader, philanthropist, scientist, or other important historical figures and include stories, facts, and quotes from that person's life. Or expand on a theme such as growth mindsets and offer activities, code discussions, and examples for students to explore on these topics. On various topics, you can choose any topic, or we can use media like video or animations to create visual interest. And in online mode, it is even more easy for us to use these tools. Next activity we can try is do a film or book review. This is an analytical exercise students can enjoy through experiencing their favorite films, books, or television shows. The goal is to get them thinking critically about what they are consuming rather than simply viewing it passively when doing this activity. And it's great collaborative activity too, because gaining insights from others can be valuable in helping learners think and observe in different ways. Let us take the example of Malgudi days from for the convenience of our generation, because we are teachers group sitting over here. But when we do this same activity with children, we should consider the book or show of their interest, because as a teacher, young minds are our subject. After learners have finished their book or film or show, have them discuss the following questions. And here I would like each one of us to take a question coming up. I would like to go with the first question for myself. The first question which we can ask after watching or reading Malgudi Days is, what did I enjoy the most? And to this, my answer is, I enjoyed the simple town life that was depicted as I too spent my early childhood in a beautiful town which had heavy British influence, like in terms of its architecture, people, teachers, and many other things. And the next question we can ask is, what did I enjoy the least? Anyone can take up this question. What you have enjoyed the least while reading or watching Malgudi Days? Teachers?
Yes, madam. Yes, madam.
Yes, ma'am.
Two things. When I used to follow the Malgudi Days, that simplicity, the village scenes, that scenes I enjoyed so much. That village scenes and the simplicity of the people, how they are perceiving the different things. And another what I felt bad about that some people, uneducated people, especially uneducated people, they are perceived as uncivilized, but actually uneducated people they don't have education, but they are not uncivilized.
Yes.
But I saw it many characters they are uneducated, but they were drawn in such a way, they are shown in very poor light, as if they don't know anything. That's a big because I saw one snake catcher character. Snake catcher character, they know the technology, but they are in the cinema. See, he was shown as he is a bluff master, so that was not correct. Uneducated and uncivilized, both are different.
In Western world is that all Indians are like snake charmers, which is not correct.
So that I'm telling, village scenes, language, I enjoyed so much. But those uncivilized people, sir, uncivilized means uneducated. Both are not same. Uneducated people also can be very, very civilized.
Thank you. And was there a message or moral in this story?
Moral of the story is that if you go along with the time and if you mix with all sorts of people, if you see the uncle, if you mix with all sorts of people, then only you will get the nectar of life. To enjoy the life, you have to mix with everything, good and bad character. For all characters should be involved in your upbringing. Then only your life will be successful.
Yes. Now someone else would like to answer my next question. How can this be applied in our daily lives? Somebody else can go with this question. How can whatever learnings or morals we have gained from this can be applied in our daily lives?
Yes.
We
answer?
should be content with our way of living, madam.
Simplicity.
Shall I answer?
Yes, ma'am.
Because we also should taste the bitter part of our life. Because bitter part of life, if you taste it, then only we can fathom the sweetest part of our life.
Yes, correct. Next question we can ask: does the story engage my emotions? Definitely, the answer will be yes. Stories engage our emotions. But how did it leave me feeling after I finished watching it or reading it? How did it leave me feeling? Anyone else would like to answer? Teachers, please.
It actually, the feeling is coming that what I will tell, that type of life, that it is a holistic life, that is we should mix with everybody, we should enjoy the plus and minus of the life, we should not discard anything, we should not look down anything. That is part and partial of our upbringings. Then only our life will be successful, because if we want to be very good without any follies, it is abstract character. Yes. But if a character is having plus point and minus point, that is only not fabricated character, that is only genuine character.
Yes.
That
Teachers,
one character has plus point, minus point.
Teachers, are you there with me when with this topic? Is my topic relevant here?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
it
Yes,
is,
ma'am.
it is very much relevant
Yes,
here.
ma'am.
It is very much relevant here. Because at
Yes,
the
ma'am.
time of teaching, good students and bad children both should be involved in the teaching. That way it is very much relevant.
Yes. No, I got a doubt whether others are able to relate with the topic which we have taken, because I'm not finding others any opinion
Ma'am,
or
it is
answers
relevant.
coming up with. So I got a doubt. Now, next question we can ask, like, were the characters relatable and did their journeys make any sense to us? Were the characters shown in Malgudi or narrated there are relatable with us or with the people around us, and did their journeys make any sense? Can we relate these characters to the people around us?
Yes, of
Discussed in
course.
Malgudi
R.K.
days?
Narayan and all those people, they have
Yes,
made
sir.
the characters in such a way that it relates to our personal life. That's why it is very interesting.
Yes, that is the reason when we read or watch this, we don't feel like we are doing something, but we feel as if some of our memories we are
living
trying
in that
to re-
area. We are
yes,
feeling that
as if we are
actually we
living
live in that
it.
area.
Yeah, as if we are living that. Yes. Thank you, ma'am. And how did this compare to stories of a similar nature? Can we compare this to the stories of similar nature? Stories of similar nature, can we compare this with the stories of other authors? Like I feel with Rabindranath Tagore or Munshi Premchand stories, we can relate to it. How do you
Yes.
feel that these stories can be compared with other stories of similar nature?
Yes. We can compare.
Yes, we can compare. For that, children need to give a thought and they have to relate these stories with similar kind of stories or situations. Okay. And the last question
yes,
in
ma'am.
this. Yes, sir.
Munshi Premchand story, that Poos Ki Raat,
Yes.
we can relate, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Poos Ki Raat.
Yes.
So that is, the story is down to earth, and we will feel that the story is very nearby us and in our surrounding. It is not from hijacked from any other place.
Yes.
These stories are developed in our native.
Yes.
That sense we get, ma'am.
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. And do I feel the author achieved their goal or their goals? Such authors, after watching, do we feel that they have achieved their goals by writing this?
Yes,
Are they
ma'am.
able to appeal to our emotions?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Because we feel the story belongs to us only, and the very character, they raised the character from the grassroots level. There was literature when the king and queens, they used to be the hero, but these people, they brought the ground level. Even a simple person can become hero of the story.
Yes, even simplest of the
Yes,
simple
ma'am.
can be, yes,
Right.
the protagonist of our theory. Right, very well said, sir. Thank you. Next activity which we can take is about 3 C's. Achieving transformational learning, which we have discussed in the previous session also. Learning begins in the same way as all other learning does, that is with a question. That means encouraging critical thinking, introspection, and personal interest in the questions we ask our learners. These questions are the ones we ask learners most often, and we have seen them used by the teachers as a provocation for achieving transformation learning all over the world. So let us see what questions. Like, what are you curious about? What are you curious about? We can ask to the child or students in our class. And what subjects and topics are exciting to learners? What do they want to learn about? And asking these things is empowering to them. It indicates that their ideas and opinions have value and that we cherish their potential for independent thought and action. Do you agree, teachers? When we ask such questions
Yes,
in
ma'am.
the class about
Yes,
the
ma'am.
choice of the students,
ma'am.
they really feel that yes, their opinions are of value and they will be valued in the classroom. Yes. Our next C is concerned about. What are you concerned about, we can ask. And it is surprising when we ask such questions to realize just how deeply connected kids are to the issues of the world, and their awareness of the fact that many of these issues are quite serious. We will never know what they are worried about or how much they want to help until we ask them.
It may vary actually, Rajni.
Yes.
It may vary. It all depends upon the people. They
Yes.
might say a simple thing. They might say something very, very important matter, which we even won't have thought about it. So it varies.
Yes, ma'am. And it is really surprising to realize that how concerned most of the people in the class are. Yes. And the next C is, what do you want to create in the world? Create. This, like how we give the responsibility of learning to students, involve giving them space to do what they do naturally. That space, if it is given, our learners, because our learners inherit some abilities and desires to create and collaborate, and are fueled by the right process of critical thinking and problem solving. So it is just our initiative to ask such questions to the children, and we find that it's really work in the classroom. We can take next activity as facts versus opinion. This exercise is about differentiating between fact and opinion. A fact can be proven either true or false, and an opinion is an expression of feeling or point of view and cannot be proven true or false. Place statements on paper or on a whiteboard that are either fact or opinion. If it is a fact, learners mark the statement with F and ask how it can be proven. If it's an opinion, they can use O and briefly explain why they feel it can't be proven, and have them work in groups and using guiding questions, and also come up with other questions as well. And we can understand this with a statement published in an article. Like, international media levied heavy criticism on the lack of adequate medical facilities in India to tackle pandemic situation. Now we can analyze this question by going deeper with the following questions as a blueprint. Like, how can the statement be proven beyond a doubt? The statement published can be proven beyond a doubt. And we can answer like, does the statement have a bias? Teachers, do you feel that this statement about Indian medical facilities can be proven beyond a doubt? Is it correct? Do we have evidences about it, or is it correct? Or does the statement have a bias? What do you feel, teachers? Being an Indian, is it correct that we lack adequate medical facilities in India to tackle pandemic? Because even,
Madam,
the most developed countries also. Yes, sir.
Recently, India has proved to the world that we have made corona vaccine, Covishield, and we distributed to many countries.
Yes.
How can we say that? Many countries now, the entire world realized that even America also recognized the India's capabilities.
Yes. So we can say furthermore research has to be done, which was not done or was left to us to go deeper into it. And like for other situations also, we can ask other questions to find out facts versus opinion. Like, is the statement based on verified information or assumption? How can we tell? Is the statement given is on a verified information or assumption? How can we tell this? Have they verified this information before publishing it? We can ask such questions to our children so that to develop critical thinking in them. And we can also ask questions like, does the statement make use of descriptive language to appeal to our emotions? And is there anything misleading about this statement? Such statements are misleading, isn't it?
Rather ambiguous.
Ambiguous, right, ma'am. Because they are not reliable. So we can ask next question as, are the facts reliable? Or are the opinion based on facts? Can we rely on them, or are the opinions based on facts? And if we all agree on something, does that make it a fact? If you people believe on such statements, does that make it a fact? No. That has
It
to
has
be
an authentic proof. Yes, it is a fact.
yes, and it has to be given a critical thought over it, isn't it? And how else we can verify something if such news items or information, piece of information comes to us?
Authentic proof. Authentic proof. Only through that only we can very well rely on that.
Yes. That is what we need to teach our students. Rather not teach, but facilitate in our classroom transactions. Next is anticipatory thinking. Anticipatory thinking is an effective critical thinking and emotional management exercise for coping with fear and anxiety. It's all about projecting the mind into the future and analyzing many possible outcomes instead of just imagining the worst one. And thinking of something that you are afraid of doing, it could be anything at all. Like now explore this internal line of questioning and jot down your answers. Like, what's the worst possible thing that could happen to me? If I go with this, what the worst possible thing that could happen to me? By giving a situation, we can ask these questions. And what is the best thing that could happen? If you really fear or scared of doing anything, what is the best thing that could happen? Or how does my preferred outcome look to me? Whatever I prefer, as a result, how that outcome look to me? And do I have any control over the outcomes? And if yes, to what degree do I have the control over the outcome? Or we can ask, can I ask anyone for help or advice if situation is not favorable, or the solution is not as per my wish? If the worst happen, will I still be all right? That we need to ask ourselves. And always, what is my plan for facing the worst? And after I face the situation and move past it, what are my next steps? How will I apply what I have learned? Because every experience is learning. We need to know how to apply that in our lives. We should not tag experiences as good experience or bad experience. Yes, ma'am?
Yeah, backup plan has to be ready, as sir said when I was taking the session.
Yes.
Same.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, there was a discussion over that point. Yes. Next classroom activity we can consider is, who is my hero? Like, what is the definition of a hero? What does it mean to be truly heroic in our time? Everybody needs a hero, and it's time to write about yours. We can ask such questions to children, and think of someone in your own life that you consider to be heroic, because children usually have some role models. They can be from any field, and mostly from the media. They have heroes, isn't it? And who you feel embodies your own ideals and values in action. As you explore this, jot down these answers to the questions like, what is my definition of a hero? Who is a true hero to me? Or why do I see the person as heroic? Or like, what have they done specially that caused me to feel this way about them? And how do they personify my dreams and ideals to be a better and stronger person? Am I hero to anyone? If so, why? It's not always we will have heroes. We should also try to be hero. And if so, then why I am hero? What qualities made me a hero to someone? Why do we need heroes and mentors in life? And what do I want to be remembered for most of all? It helps the children to follow some ideal heroes or role models in life. And another question like, how will I achieve this in my life, so that I can also be a hero to someone else? Next activity we can try is the circles of possibility. The circles of possibility are a powerful critical thinking exercise for understanding ourselves and the world around us, and also visualizing meaningful solutions to the issues, challenges, and questions that affect us all. These steps are a useful collaborative problem solving exercise that also develops meaningful lifelong learning skills like creative thinking, information literacy, cultural empathy, self awareness, global citizenship, worldview, and many more. Begin with a problem like we can ask any problem like the people all around the world are suffering presently due to current pandemic situation. We can ask what this situation, pandemic situation, does this mean to me, or it means to my family, or to my community, or to my country, and at large to the world.
Can be put forward in this rather than what it does to me, rather than we can very well say what I have done to the family, to the community, to the country and the world.
Yes, ma'am. Coming to that, we can take this exercise one step further by asking learning to map out what they can do to change any negative impact both in short and long term. We can go with it. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. And the next activity is grand solution. Our world will always have problems that need to be critically considered and brilliantly designed solutions. So it's a good thing that we are here. And what do you think is the biggest problem in the world today? What do you think is the biggest problem in the world today, teachers?
It's pandemic.
It's pandemic. Okay. So what is the source of the current pandemic situation? Is it man-made or natural? And we can, if we ask, like write it down and think about how you would solve it if you had everything you needed and everything was possible by for you. And consider the questions that follow as you dream without limits about the solution. You consider that you dream without limits about the solution. You can do whatever you like a superhero. And answer to these questions like, is it the most urgent problem in the world today? Is it the most urgent problem in the world today?
Yes, ma'am.
Don't we have any other problem that we need to solve or focus upon?
Global warming, ma'am.
Okay.
And those problems are there to be solved, but this has closed all the doors, ma'am, for a time being.
Yes.
Economic problem.
Yeah, it has a massive impact on all the sections of the
All
society.
the
Yes, sir. Economic problems also are some of the urgent problems. Which
Terrorism,
terrorism. Yes, terrorism.
But at the same time,
Corruption.
This pandemic has improved the environmental condition.
Yes.
And many new industries are coming up which are not known to us before.
Yes.
For example, now this the hosieries which were first making other things, now this mask.
Yes, mask.
They are making. Now sanitizer industry, now pharmaceutical industry also again flourishing.
Yes.
And next in case if you see what is that, mobile phones and network, or what we will say, internet,
gadgets,
internet,
yes.
electronic industry is also. Yes. So we see everywhere if there is a problem means there is a solution.
Right.
And now see, this electronic industry has come up like anything, because now most of the schools are taking the online classes. Everyone is purchasing mobile phone or laptop. Right. Next, in the same way, the communication sector also developed. Pharmaceutical industry developed.
Yes.
So, yes, we are suffering. But at the same time, there are some industries that are coming up. And first time, our government health sector, they proved that they are the best in the country, because during this pandemic, they are the first one to serve. Afterwards, only the private sector hospitals have come up. Okay. And for immunity vaccination also, the government has taken the responsibility. And first, in India already they have given 40 crore doses. Yes. They may compare with the developed country. With a huge population, they were able to vaccinate so many people. This is also the great achievement of our India.
Yes, ma'am.
So when we are talking about the problems, we have to see, we are all the time what we are doing, we are talking only about the negative side. But if you see the positive side, the wild animals are very happy. Yesterday only I was seeing this one program on TV, in Sakshi TV. It's a Telugu channel. Okay, there they were saying how because of this lockdown and all, this tiger population in India has increased, and see the pollution levels have reduced due to this lockdown. So if there are some negative points, there are some positive points also. And now children are also, okay, they are missing the schools, but at the same time, now they got little relief from their busy schedule, always from this coach, what is that, school for such a long time, then going to the tuition classes. Now they are spending the time with their parents. So in that way, in case we will tell them, then they will feel that yes, during this corona period also we enjoyed with our family members.
So considering these questions, thank you, ma'am. This like topic, we can ask some other questions like what is the background of this problem, how did it originate, and has a solution been attempted before, as you were telling me, ma'am, various other options which have come up with this, and why has the problem gotten worse, and what do I feel is the best solution for this problem, and why do I feel my solution will work, and what would it take to make my solution a reality, and what can I do about the problem right now. After answering such questions only, the achievements what we have discussed right now, we are able to reach, I believe. That was the result or outcome of critical thinking by somebody or a group of people somewhere. Because of that, now we are able to discuss the outcomes, good positive outcomes of pandemics, achievements of India. Do you agree with me, teachers?
Yes,
That is a result of critical thinking. That's what we need to focus on and make the children realize. Next activity is the Socrative seminar. The Socratic method is an engaging and challenging way to get students exploring questions that matter while developing sharp critical thinking skills. In the Socratic method, a mediator leads a discussion by asking questions, and each question is based upon the response given to the previous question. And in addition to honing critical thinking skills, the Socratic method offers a great example of how to use essential and herding questions in class. Student can prepare well beforehand by reading the appropriate text and formulating questions as though they were entering into a formal debate. We work with students to also come up with a clear list of guidelines and expectations for the seminar. And on the day of seminar, teacher will be best prepared to lead the discussion in the beginning. At first, students will be merely getting their feet wet with the whole process. But ultimately, you want them to be taking the proceeding over and leading the discussion themselves. Since the learners through this process and inquiry are the focal point of the seminar, Socratic seminar, it makes sense to involve students in these structural decisions or discussions. The guidelines you will agree to follow are necessary, such as when to turn discussion, a sharing of ideas into a debate, which is characterized by persuasion and challenging of opinions. Throughout the process, as a teacher, our role will be as one of the mediator and guide for the discussion to take place smoothly, steering it back to the right trajectory if it happens to go off the rails. And as always, do a debrief with students and work together to assess the seminar's effectiveness on your learning goals. Now I'd like to present a few lines which I have jotted down to summarize my topic, today's topic. That is, hone your skills. It goes something like this. Skills are caught, not taught. Play life with skills to avoid pay in bills. Hone your skills or else face the hills. It is not a matter of skills, but a matter of wills. Mind your steps with skills or else be ready for a drill. Spin your skills or be ready for the dirty spills. Let us not alone thrill, but make it a mill, and fulfilling coming generations' will to instill quills. As a teacher, that is our duty. And on that note, I would like to end my presentation. I hope that you found the workshop.
Who had written that poem, Rajni? Was it you?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, it's so nice.
Thank you, ma'am.
As I told in the beginning, ma'am has a very great penmanship. Immediately she will think and put her words on the paper, ma'am.
And even in Hindi, I assume.
Yes, ma'am. In Hindi also.
Mostly I'll write in Hindi, but sometimes I try with English also, ma'am.
Excellent it is.
We expected one or two Hindi, but you disappointed, ma'am.
Oh, is it? Sir, every time when I feel that whenever I am putting my Hindi poems, I was not sure whether all are able to relate to it or not. So this time I tried with English. Though it's not the first time, but like in my presentation, I have included for the first time English poem here.
It is excellent, madam.
Okay, ma'am, you have integrated even English language.
Oh, integration. Okay. Thank you, sir. I hope you find today's workshop informative and worthy. And I feel to be very grateful if you share your views and experiences with us here. Annapurna ma'am, you can share your feedback form also.
Yes, ma'am. Once again, I'll share, madam.
I'm sharing my PPT link. If anyone is interested, they can view there or copy it. You can open in your system.
Rajini ma'am, it was, the topic, the critical thinking and problem solving, these are very, very, the much needed skills that are to be not exactly taught, but we have to, somewhere we need to put in our, the lesson plan or in our classroom transaction so that it will help the students to be future ready. And because, when we go out of the schools, there are so many things they have to judge and they have to face and they have to, think and, they're emotionally, they have to get ready for all these things. So these skills will really help, like, the 3 C's, like, the communication skills, critical thinking and problem solving, all these are very, very important.
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. Excellent presentation, very informative and engaging. Thank you.
Sir. Thank you so much. Teachers, please check the link of my PPT if you find it useful. You can play like videos also. In sharing mode, there was some glitch or problem. I was unable to play. But otherwise, these are like in PPT, they are very like true, smooth transaction you can find in that when you play in your PCs or laptops. Anybody else would like to give their feedback, verbal feedback?
Wonderful and energizing session, madam, today. Every minute was like very, very useful. The way you have delivered, everything was very clear and to the point, ma'am. Thank you very much, ma'am. But only the videos only we couldn't see while being in the workshop.
Very nice. Right.
Rajni ma'am, very informative session, and also you gave us many examples the way how we can implement critical thinking in our teaching process. The last examples regarding your coffee example and what are the different methods we can use for critical thinking. This is very useful, ma'am. Actually, I am waiting for that only. The way how we can implement in our classroom teaching. The last part is very, very interesting and informative, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. I hope it was useful for you
yes.
and for your students.
Okay.
Yes.
Rajini ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Excellent.
Yes, sir.
Critical thinking is a unique topic. You also explained it uniquely and with the appropriate examples and all. Thank you so much, madam.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
activity on critical thinking was very interesting, ma'am. I got 46.
Oh, that problem solving aptitude test. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Problem this one.
Solving,
Very
yes.
interesting it was.
Okay. Thank you, Annapurna.
Apt, and that feedback what we got also was apt to according to my thinking level, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah.
Find it, yeah, useful. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Anybody else? Krishna, ma'am?
Many times I was locked out, madam. Thank you very much for adding me every time. Really, no backup plan worked out with the poor signal system.
Yes.
Really, thank you for adding me every time. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Very kind of you.
I learned from like previous experiences, so I try to, yeah.
Really, very nice of you. Thank you very much for understanding my problem.
Thank you, ma'am.
No backup plan worked out. I have 3 networks.
Yeah, I can understand. Yes.
One Jio Fiber, one is Idea, one is Airtel, but not working out.
Okay.
Signal is very poor.
How did
That
you
is
find the
thing.
workshop, ma'am?
Excellent, madam. Whenever I was following here, I noted down and I have taken screen share. And anyway, finally, you have given your PPTs. That is more great.
Yes,
I
that
felt
link
so
you can
meaningful.
copy, ma'am.
It really is so worthy.
You watch those
Worthy.
videos also. They're very nice, actually.
Takeaways are so many. Takeaways are so many.
Thank you, Krishna.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Have a great day, ma.
Thank you, ma'am.
Have a great day. Bye.
Feedback forms.
I've given.
Yes, thank you,
I've
ma'am.
given, madam.
Teachers all are busy in submitting their feedback forms.
12 members are there, ma'am, still.
Okay.
I think many of them left.
Sundari ma'am, Shenbag Priya ma'am, any suggestions, any feedback from your end? So with that we'll end. Please join your hands. I request all of you to join your hands for the Shanti part.
Yes, ma'am.
ॐ द्यौः शान्तिरन्तरिक्षं शान्तिः पृथिवी शान्तिरापः शान्तिरोषधयः शान्तिः वनस्पतयः शान्तिर्विश्वे देवा शान्तिर्ब्रह्म शान्तिः सर्वं शान्तिः शान्तिरेव शान्तिः सामा शान्तिः ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः.
Thank you all. Thank you, teachers.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for the wonderful session.
Thank you, Annapurna ma'am. We got all the feedback forms from all the participants.
Yes,
Thank
ma'am.
you, ma'am.
Many of the teachers have filled it, madam.
Okay.
Annapurna miss, would you please tell me how many participants were there in my session?
In your session, ma'am, 43.
Oh,
43. Thanks a lot. And did you get all the forms back, feedback form?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Thanks a lot, yeah.
Sundari ma'am, any advice or suggestion from your end?
Hey, hello, Rajni.
Yes.
Great, yeah. What is this? You did very well.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Poetry is looking very spontaneous, madam.
Yes,
Poetry
it was a
is
last
very
moment
attacking.
addition. Yes, ma'am.
Without skill, it kills the event.
Yes.
And you are very skilled.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Rajni ma'am, your session also 44 participants were there.
Okay.
But later on, I have observed that only 37 were there. Maybe due to network issues and all that, I think they might have left.
Okay.
But later on, now I think some of them joined.
After 4:15, they left, madam, slowly, one by
Yes,
one.
ma'am.
After
Yes, ma'am.
4:15.
Yes, now it is
Yeah.
4:28, 15. Okay. We have exceeded 10 minutes, but it was a feedback session on. I think I have completed on dot before 4:15. I have completed.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Anyhow, thank you everyone for being a patient listener and interactive in my session. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank
sir.
you, ma'am.
Thank you. Shall I end the meeting?
Yes, ma'am. You can end the meeting.
Yes, ma'am.
Have a good day, ma'am.
Thank you, Annapurna ma'am.
Bye, people. Have a very good evening. Bye bye.
Bye, Sundari ma'am.
Thank you,
Bye, ma'am.
teachers. Same with you.
Thank you.
Happy evening.
Rajni madam, again tomorrow you have session, na?
Yes, sir.
One more. Okay.
One
So
more.
last session only, madam. Tomorrow also.
No, sir. It's going to be like
No.
after general session. It's the first session.
First session. First session by Rajni ma'am.
Otherwise,
After principal madam, your session only.
yes. In subject sessions, it is the first. Otherwise, it's second.
All the best, ma'am, for tomorrow's
Okay, madam. Bye,
session
madam.
also.
All the best, madam.
Thank you, Annapurna ma'am, Vinod sir.
Bye, madam.
Thank you. Bye, sir.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye.